thermovoltaic cell breakthrough, this could change everything. In search to get more and more power out of the tiniest possible component, we have ventured far and deep into scientific developments, and now a whole new breakthrough has been made. What is it about? Thermovoltaic cell. I am sure a lot of you have not heard about this, and today we will be looking into why a breakthrough in thermovoltaic cells is a huge step for us and what are the benefits of thermovoltaic cells. What is a thermovoltaic cell? A thermovoltaic cell basically converts heat emitted or obtained into electricity via the use of photons. The basics of the thermovoltaic cell is that it consists of mainly two parts. The main component is a thermal emitter, and another part is the photovoltaic cell, hence the name thermovoltaic cell. How does a thermovoltaic cell work? The two parts of the cell, the thermal emitter and photovoltaic cell, work in tandem to create electricity. So how does it create electricity? Well, the thermal emitter produces a considerable amount of heat somewhere around the area of 900 degrees Celsius to 1300 degrees Celsius. The thermal emitter can either be an engineered work of art or can be in one solid state, making it very versatile to build. The thermal emitter creates energy known as thermal emission, which spontaneously releases photons, and lots of them due to the heat and energy produced by the process of thermal emission. And most of these photons are in the infrared or in an infrared frequency, which means it is not harmful to humans or animals. It is sustainable energy with minimal or no impact on nature. And the photovoltaic cell is placed on the cooler side of the thermal emitter, creating a positive connection. These photovoltaic cells absorb the photons emitted by the thermal emissions, and with the thermal emitter and photovoltaic cell working in tandem, it creates electricity. Why is the thermovoltaic cell so important? Thermovoltaic systems require very less or no moving parts at all. The upside of all this, less maintenance and more durability. These systems can also come in various shapes and sizes to make them compatible with almost every energy need we can think about today. They also operate quietly, which means they can be used anywhere without annoying anyone. The primary use for these systems will most likely be to provide power to remote communities where electricity is scarce. People still rely on diesel generators for electricity and portable power supply for teams working in remote locations. They can be as small as a portable battery we can carry around to a multi-story build which can power a whole community all day of the year. The thermovoltaic systems are still in active research, which means we can see them improve more and more as time goes by. Why have we not heard of this earlier? Thermovoltaic cells are definitely not a new discovery. In fact, it was discovered way back in 1956, which was 66 years ago. And at that time, it was of little significance since there was only so much we could do with the equipment we had at that time, and technological developments were just getting back on track. The first ever thermovoltaic was invented by Henry Combs, who created an elementary thermovoltaic system at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or commonly known as MIT to all of us. His creation was completed in 1956. Even though Henry Combs created the very first thermovoltaic system, it is widely considered that Pierre Agrène is the creator of the modern thermovoltaic systems based on the lectures he provided at MIT between the years 1960 and 1961. The modern thermovoltaic system has been developed and researched based on his theory and studies. The first breakthrough came through in the 1980s when the thermovoltaic system reached an efficiency of 30% and solar energy. The biggest breakthrough and one of the more practical uses came in 2011 when the brilliant engineers at the Vehicle Research Institute at Washington were able to build a TPV car nicknamed the Viking 29. Using the thermovoltaic system, they made an electric sports car from the ground up. The electric generator they created was not only clean and quiet but also produced a 100 HP running at 95% efficiency. Even though it was not extensively tested due to lack of funds, it was estimated to have a range of 200 miles. Things have been quiet for a while on these systems. Then finally, in 2022, a joint venture between MIT and National Energy Renewal Laboratory was able to reach an efficiency of 41% by using layers of semiconductors which could absorb ultraviolet and infrared photons and minimizing the wastage of photons. A gold reflector was used to recycle the photons, which they were able to run the thermal emitter at an astonishing 240 degrees Celsius, reaching the maximum brightness for the tungsten emitter which was used. Uses include portable power for military operations where power is required for huge machines to help store grid power when excessive power is available to use later. These systems can also be used in future space missions, so they will have an energy source while exploring the depths of space. As for commercial uses, these systems can be used as an off-grid generator where power lines are not there, or in remote jungles or deserts, and even in recreational vehicles to power the vehicle when stationary. If we have another breakthrough for the thermovoltaic systems, it looks like we might finally be heading towards a greener and cleaner future. What do you think? Is this something we could see soon? Or are we still decades away from seeing it in practical uses? Do let us know down in the comment section. Until next time.